Hello, geek viewers. This is Geeks at the Movie with a short called Shane Reads. And what did Shane read today? Kingdom Come by Mark Waid and Alex Ross. As always, you know the deal. The Jacob gave me this. I poured through it. I read it. And now I'm going to tell you my thoughts. So, the Jacob has been introducing me to the comic book genre. We've read a number of books so far. I gotta say, the Jacob, this was my least favorite so far.
This is your least favorite?
Yes. I had a lot of problems with this. My biggest problem was the framing device. So they tell this whole story from the perspective of this minister who's having. Well, you explain the story because you can explain it maybe a little better than me.
Okay, yeah, it's told through this minister who's I actually forgot what his whole deal was. You just read the book, so
his friend was having these visions about the future,
okay.
and then he got them when his friend died.
Yeah. Okay, so it's being told through this guy, and so basically all the superheroes are either retired or just focusing on their own city.
Right.
Like so, Superman's retired, Batman's just focusing on Gotham, and they're all really old now. And then there's this new generation of heroes that's just horrible. They're just really bad at their job. So Superman decides
I think they're like a third generation, actually.
Yeah.
Right. It's been that much time's passed for those like third generation heroes.
Yeah. So Superman comes out of retirement. He's like, okay, kids, this is what we're gonna do. He then he gets the whole Justice League back. Like everyone comes back, and then stuff starts to go wrong. But see, this is one of my favorite books. I really liked it. I thought it was really well written, and I love Alex Ross's artwork. Did you like the artwork in the book?
Artwork is excellent.
Yeah, it's exceptional.
I thought the artwork was fantastic. This was the best artwork so far for the Jacob has given me. I think I liked it a little more than, was it Dark Knight Rises? Dark Knight Returns?
Dark Knight Returns.
Dark Knight Returns. I think I liked it a little more than that. The other book I read so far was The Civil War, which I felt the artwork was rather generic. It was fine. It was good quality, professional quality. It was just I thought this was more interesting. So let me go back now to tell you my thoughts as I'm reading it. First of all, I was really pissed, and I was annoyed by the intro. They had this intro, the new bards. It was just only a few pages, but it just turned me off. I'm like, this guy. The writing was dull to me. I'm like. So let's forget about that because that's just an intro. That's not really part of it. So then we get to the actual story, and we get this framing device of that character, of the minister, where we see everything from his point of view and this powered being. I'm not really sure who he is.
That's Sandman, who is actually kind of weird because he's not really part of the DC Cinematic Universe. He's like his own offshoot thing, but
okay, sure. And this was my biggest problem for the entire comic. I had no interest in this character, this Reverend. This whole intro just bored me about this person dying. And I just wish they had gotten rid of the framing device and just told the story. The very few scenes where he actually interacts with the characters, which he barely has any interaction with them, which it was just a framing device. They could have just gotten rid of him and had another character do those few lines. Let's ignore that framing device, which is in heavy use throughout the book. So again, I was bothered by that. The actual story itself, I thought was neat. Yeah. It was neat seeing the older characters. I have a few questions about the older characters because I'm slightly confused. First question I want to know: so Superman ages?
Apparently, yes. He ages a lot slower than humans do, but he does age.
Because at one point they even say he's like the most powerful he's been ever, but he looks a little older.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, they just gave him some gray.
They just gave him some gray.
Yeah, that made him.
I mean,
less
does this vary across different writers, or some writers is he like immortal and some writers he's not?
Okay, so this is another thing we should point out. This is an Elseworld story, which is like it's not part of the whole main DC universe.
Okay.
So this isn't
a what if?
Yeah. This is a what if scenario,
okay.
which are my favorite scenarios in all of comics. I love it when they change things, and that's the reason why this is one of my favorite books. I love it because it's just an alternate future. What would happen if all the superheroes retire?
And I think that is neat. It's a neat concept. I like that. With the Dark Knight Returns, I thought that was neat. It was this interesting idea. But again, we're going to ignore the framing device, which You like that? You found that interesting, that perspective?
I did find it interesting because there's a whole part where he interacts with was it Dead or the Spectre, and like he gets to like see, like he kind of played like the one of the ghosts in the Christmas.
Oh, the Christmas Carol.
Yeah, so it was kind of like that, but like
That's Charles Dickens, the Christmas Carol, famous writer.
I do agree with you, but that wasn't needed. But I didn't mind it.
For you, it didn't distract.
Yeah, it didn't distract.
Okay. Yeah, for me, it was a big distraction. So, but we'll put that aside. I have some other. I'm learning about comic books, so I want to know about some of the other characters. So the Green Lantern, he's just a human that gets a ring.
Yeah, but now his ring isn't even it's part of his suit, and it's awesome because he has the sword.
Yeah. I really enjoyed seeing some of these other characters, and of course he would age.
She doesn't age. Wonder Woman doesn't age as much as regular humans do as well, which is why her and Superman are kind of like meant for each other in a way. Because
I always found it weird that Superman would be with a human female.
Well, now in the comics, Superman and Wonder Woman are a couple.
Okay,
so,
that makes sense to me for various obvious physical reasons. It seems weird, but. So I like the action. I found it interesting seeing these characters in this altered scenario. Batman, as you said, a lot of the characters that are still actually active, like the Flash or Batman, they really just focus on them.
Yeah, I really like what they do with the Flash, because when all the Flashes die, they go to the Speed Force, and now this Flash is one with the Speed Force, so he's all the Flashes combined, and he's just a blur.
Yeah, you can never see him quite clearly.
Yeah, he's just constantly moving. Yeah.
And he's so fast, because this is something I realized, many of the DC characters, like in the Justice League, they're gods.
Yeah.
The Flash is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
He's in constant surveillance around his city. I thought that was a neat idea. It's like, I stop all crime because I move basically instantaneously wherever I want to move.
Yeah.
And I liked how Batman is he's broken down, he's beaten. He has to have this exoskeleton now to have him move around. They have the epic climactic battle between various sides. Can you tell me a bit about Captain, what's his name, Marvel?
Yeah. So this gets a little bit confusing because there's two Captain Marvels.
I was confused, by the way.
Okay, yeah. So in DC, there's Captain Marvel, who they've gotten rid of this problem by now just calling him Shazam. Because he yells Shazam to become Captain Marvel. Okay. But then in Marvel, there's Captain Marvel, who's various characters. But this was created before that whole thing, and this awesome shot right here where you see Superman and Shazam fighting each other. That was so awesome. I love that when they're just going at, and he just keeps yelling Shazam to electrocute Superman in this.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was confused by that.
Because a little bit more about Shazam. In the comics, he's a kid who, when he yells Shazam, he becomes this guy right here.
Okay.
But now he's all grown up, so his appearance doesn't change. He just gets the costume and the powers. So he just keeps yelling Shazam on Superman to keep electrocuting him.
So what's his powers? Because I guess Superman is still, they talk about as the most powerful being, but this is one guy that can stand up to him.
Yeah, he's basically Superman. So because he can fly, he doesn't have like all the extra powers like heat vision or.
Superman has like every power. It's ridiculous, but.
Yeah, he basically can just fly and has super strength, but
And the electric shock thing.
Yeah, but that only works now because he's all grown up. Because when he would yell Shazam, lightning hits him, then he would turn back to a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's like another cool thing that they added in there, and it was actually really sad what happened to him in this comic because he's being like brainwashed by Lex Luthor. So and then there was like this whole thing about Superman, like how it was kind of like the whole Civil War dilemma, like you didn't really know what he was doing was right.
Right. And Superman didn't know what he was doing is right.
Yeah.
He's trying to solve the problem of the third generation heroes who now are just kind of creating chaos.
Yeah.
They're fighting each other. They're causing, just like we see in the MCU, where there's or in the Man of Steel.
Yeah.
There's all this collateral damage happening. when these characters are fighting each other. So how do we contain them? How do we deal with them? Eventually, he puts them all in this gulag, this prison. But then they start to break out, and then the Justice League comes, and there's this epic showdown, and then certain decisions are made. It's interesting, but I never quite connected with the characters. I never quite felt, and to me, I feel like the framing device is what kept that distance from me. I always felt like I'm not really knowing these characters. I'm knowing them through this guy's worldview.
Yeah.
I just wanted these characters to be talking to me, not this other guy, this random dude, human.
Yeah.
So it gave me this. There's already a distance because obviously it's a comic book, just like a movie. We're not actually interacting with real people. But now there's like another layer that I have to go through.
Yeah.
So that's why this book, Kingdom Come, was just not. It just wasn't the same quality for me. But the Jacob, you liked it.
Yes, this is, like I said, this is one of my favorite comic books ever written. Like, I haven't read a lot of the big, like compilations like this. So, but I love these short, like, mini-series that they collect into books. And this is like a different form of storytelling that I've never really seen in a comic book before. It was more, like, philosophical,
Yes.
everything like that. That's why it was really deep, had a lot of a deeper meaning. That's why I really like this book.
Well, folks, you can decide for yourself. If you have read Kingdom Come, comment, tell us what you think about it. But this has been Shane Gurich, Jacob Desitels, and we'll see you guys later.